Hey dear friends, welcome back again. So happy you popped over again to see what I am up to today. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I hope you enjoy what you see, and if you do, I hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone here who is not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and of course hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Like I always say, enough talking and let's jump into today's inspiration. And you see already on the table all the things we need. Of course, our tumbling towel blocks, and of course this size is similar like the ones from the Dollar Tree. Only in my package I only have 54 and you have lots more in one package. So if you want to have always enough for my DIYs, I always recommend give 4 until 5 packets in your home and you'll always have enough, because I make my DIYs along the way, so I don't never know how much I need, but if you have 4 until 5, you have enough. I have here my container with everything inside, brushes, markers, and of course the most important thing is of course my wood glue from Pateks, but of course you can use some hot glue, but be careful that it doesn't break off. I have now some paint, blue and red, and of course I need the white. I didn't place it here, but we need of course some white. I have an old piece of kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue. So these are the most things we need for this DIY. We are going to make firecrackers for the 4th of July, but of course with a twist like always. And why I do already the 4th of July, it's a little bit early for some people, but on this Christmas channel I always do a lot of Christmas DIY, so around June, July we are going to go slightly over to the Christmas DIYs already. So I always start a little bit early with other seasonal DIYs. So I hope you take out your tumbling towel blocks too. This DIY will be a little bit of building and a little bit of painting every time, because we have to paint in colors. And it's always difficult to do it in colors if you have built everything already together. So it will be a little bit of a mix-up. We're going to start with 4 blocks and we're going to make a very easy square. So we do some glue and we place this one on this side. A lot of you who are here already for a long time know already how to make this square. It is so easy to do. And the 4th always will be a little on this side and a little on the top, and then you can easily place this one in between and you make a nice cute little square. You fill it in a little bit inside this, a little out, and then give it some pressure. Now we're going to get 4 pieces of 2 first, and we're going to build the tops, and this is one. We do again on the tops, and we build this one. We do it over here and we make number 3 and now number 4. Very easy. Place them together, give it a little bit of pressure, and we do here the same. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes, and of course we're going to wipe away the glue we don't need, because or else we get one big mess. Especially I make one big mess because I always make a mess of my glue. So I leave it a little couple of minutes, then I wipe away the glue, because if I do it right now he's probably going outside. So I'm going to give this a couple of minutes rest. In the meantime, while this is drying, we are going to get 3 blocks. We're going to do the longest side. This is 1 and number 2, and we're going to place this together. We're going to get 6 blocks. This is 4, 5 and 6, and we do another one of 6. 4, 5, 6, and we do again the longest side, and so it can dry also in the meantime while the rest is also drying. I place the blocks immediately against each other so the glue is not running out too much. This is the last already, number 3, 4 and number 5, and number 6 is of course the closure up. Squeeze it, make sure that everything stays down, and we do here the same. Squeeze it, and we're going to give it some pressure, and again place everything down. Get your piece of kitchen towel and wipe away the glue. We do it over here. And this one. And then afterwards, always look for if everything is glued nicely in a straight line, because later when it's drying, it's harder to get out. So we're going to give this also a couple of minutes. So I waited a couple of minutes. I'm going to take the 2 of the 6 block. I'm doing some glue on the side. And be careful because he's still not totally dry. And we're going to place them together to make one big plank out of it. So squeeze it, and so you can very easy work away the gaps. Again, place it aside. This one we can place aside. We're going to get the pieces of 4. We're going to place them down, and we're going to do the same like we did with the smaller square. We do some piece on the top. We're going to place it over here. Give it some pressure. We do it over here. Do some on the top. We place this one on the inside. You did this one on the outside, and you do this on the inside. And again, squeeze it. And now we do the last will be on the tops. And on the front over here, very easy, and you can easily place it in between and over here. And we give it a little bit of pressure, and over here some pressure. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes to that the glue is sucking in a little bit into the wood, and then we can work away the glue away. So now we're going to go for our first time painting already. You see already, this is the bigger size firecracker, and this is the smaller size. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do this one in red and this one in blue. I will do this one in blue and this one in red. So this is very easy. I'm just going to get my paint, and I use a little bit of the lighter red, but you can choose any color you like. So it's very easy. Just go over it and make sure that you have a nice color, the color you like. Don't do what other people like, do what you like. So I'm going to do it, and I do it a little bit faster because this will take much too long for you. In the meantime, while our paint is drying, we have the bottoms of our nutcracker in 2 sizes. We're going to go further with the smaller one. We're going to do 3 blocks. We're going to do again 3 blocks and another one of 3. And we're going to glue the sides together. Very easy. And the longest one, place them together. This is already 1. And this will be in number 2 already, and number 3. And we're going to give them a little bit of squeezing, and over here, and over here, and we're going to give them a couple of minutes drying. Now we're going to make the in-betweens this for the firecracker. This will be the flat pieces in between. I make it very difficult. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just make 3 of 3. We are going to do 12 pieces of 2. So very easy. You just have already 12 pieces of 2 we're going to glue together. This is number 4. This is set number 2. Of course, also 4 pieces of 2. And we're going to make here also 2. And in totally you have 12 pieces of 2. So very easy. Just do the longer side. I make it unnecessary difficult for you because it's so easy to do. You just make 12 sets of 2. So in total will be 24 blocks. And again, squeeze them over here, place them together. And this, we use this later because we're going to make squares for the smallest nutcracker. Nutcracker. Why do I say nutcracker? It is, it is of course a firecracker. It is a little bit in the line, but it's totally different. I'm so sorry. Don't mind this Dutch old lady because for me, nutcracker, nutcracker, firecracker is all the same. I just made, I think it is coming because I already make an 4th of July nutcracker on our Deco Easy channel. So I think I'm a little bit confused by that. So we're going to squeeze it, squeeze, and make sure that everything sticks nicely together. And this way. So if you want to see also how Uncle Sam the nutcracker is made, go over to our Deco Easy channel. You will find the links always down below in our description box. So, and for everyone who loves to be a member of both of our channels, there you find also extra printables to make your own cute little signs for the season. So if you want, then it's only $1.99, so it is very cheap. You don't have to do it, I just say it because maybe you like to make your own cute little signs for on your tier tray, and you will find them there in our membership button. So I'm going to give this a couple of minutes rest. So I gave the 12 pieces of 2 a little bit of drying. I'm now going to do some glue on the side. I'm going to place this one over here. I'm going to do some glue on this side, on the longest one, and we're going to place it on the inside. This is on the outside and this will be on the inside. And now I'm going to do some glue on the outside over here and a little bit on the inside. So he easily can squeeze in over here and we can make a nice cute little square. Just give it a little bit of pressure, not too much. And just work your way with it until you have the shape you like and place it aside. Later you do the glue. Don't worry about the glue which is coming out. You do again one on the outside. This way you take some glue on this one. You place this one on the inside again. And you do this one on the outside and a little on the inside. And you just turn it over and you're just going to place it in over here. And again, you're going to give it a little bit of pressure, not too much, because everything is not totally dry. If it falls apart, don't worry, just build it again, because it glues very easy because it is wood glue. So don't worry about it. And now we're going to do the last. And we still are going to be busy with the smaller nutcracker. Oh my, this video is going to be the nutcracker, which is supposed to be the the firecracker. Of course we're going to do this one, but a lot of you already know me for a long time, so they don't mind already. So we're going to place this against each other. So we're going to give here also some pressure and here, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest, and then we're going to wipe away the glue. So I was telling you a lot of things, but the camera just fell out. So I'm going to take my 3 pieces of 3 and I'm going to give them a blue color of paint. But of course you can go for any color you like, but I go for the blue for this smaller firecracker. So again, I'm going to do both of the sides of these pieces of 3, because this is a little bit of the underside and you see a little on the top side. So I'm going to go for both sides. So I'm going to color them blue, this, and I'm going to do this 3 little boxes I'm going to do in the red color, but of course I'm going to do it a little bit faster. So the pieces for the smaller firecracker are already dried, at least almost dried. What I'm going to do, of course, you have the first one of 3, and of course this one I didn't do on the underside because it will be glued on top. We have the smaller little square. So what we're going to do, we're going to do some glue on the ending over here, and over here. And we're going to place it very easy in the middle of our square. Give it a little bit of pressure and we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, while this little bottom is drying, I'm going to get the 3 pieces we also made blue. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get one of them. I'm going to drill a little hole inside because I need to have, we call it here a lont. And you call it fuse, if I am correctly. I don't know if I'm right or not, but I use a little bit of a thicker piece of a rope, but you can use maybe some metal wire to give the top of your firecracker. But I'm going to drill a little hole, and I'm going to do some twine over here. See, I have a little hole inside over here, and I have my twine, and this is the twine I'm going to use, but you can use any twine you like. Of course, I'm going to try to get it through the opening over here, and I'm going to just leave it hanging out. I'm going to cut off a little piece. Of course, it's much too long, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to cut it off, and I'm going to do a knob of a knot. Knot is it, I think, over here. Make sure that you have it this way. I'm going to cut off a little piece. And this way I'm going to pull it back, and of course what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little bit of glue over here around, and I'm just going to glue it on top of here so to be sure that he does not fall inside of the little container. So I'm just going to get a little bit of the hot glue, and I'm just going to do a little bit around the opening, just like this, and I'm going to squeeze it down and make sure that we have it glued on top of here. I'm going to press it down this way. So now I'm sure, and I'm going to cut off a little piece of the ending because it's a little bit too thick. Over here and over here, like this. So again, I'm going to place this aside. Now I already have this one ready for in a moment. I'm going to wipe away this because it's already one big mess on my table. So we're going to do the next step. We're going to get our bottom again. We're going to get one of our blocks we made. Of course, we do some wood glue on the inside, not on the outside, on the inside, to be sure that it doesn't run out too much. I'm going to place it on top of here and give it a little bit of pressure over here. Very easy. I'm going to place it aside. I'm going to get one of the blue blocks. Again, I'm going to do some glue on the inside over here. I'm going to place this one also on top of here and make sure that we give it also some pressure this way, and we do here of course the same. We do some on the inside, and we're going to let this dry in for a little moment. Now we did some glue on this one and let it dry in, and we're going to do on this one the same. This will be the top of where our face, at least we call it, like I said, lont. So I'm going to place this one on top over here, make sure that we have it inside, and we're going to give it the top, and we're going to give it some pressure again over here, make sure that we have it in the middle, and we squeeze it, and we're going to let this dry in also. Now we have this one and still some glue on top. We have one ankle, and we have already this one. Now we're going to get the other one. We're going to do some glue, and we're going to glue this one, and we're going to place this one also in the middle and squeeze it. And let it dry in. So now I'm going to do easy. I'm going to turn this one over, put it upside down, and I'm going to turn this one over and this way, and we're going to place it over here so we can really look very nicely where we're going to place our, in the middle, our little square. And again, we're going to squeeze it and let it dry in for a little moment. So now we already have this piece, and we're going to do some glue on the inside also of this one. And going to let it dry in for a little moment, because then it glues better on top of here. So we did it, let it dry in for a little moment. Of course, we also want to be sure that this one is in the middle. So we're going to turn this over. We keep it in our hands and we're just going to place it upside down. And we're going to place it over here. Be careful. I have to look for that I have it in a straight line. This way. And I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure, and then I'm going to turn it over again. But I want to be sure that I have it exactly in the middle. So I'm going to do this way, and I'm going to turn it over. And now I'm going to give some pressure from above. And we already have the base of our first firecracker. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my bag of letters. I'm sorry, I don't want to make the noise. You see already I have one bag full of wooden letters. So I'm going to look for the word USA, and I'm going to paint them in the white creamy color. So I have 4 times the letters USA, of course, for each side of my firecracker. I'm just going to give it a light touch of the creamy color this way. Of course, also the sides, but of course the back side you don't have to do because you glue it against the firecrackers. But if you want to paint it in totally, it's also fine. So I'm going to paint all of the letters, and then we're going to glue them to the firecracker. So I painted my letters, and I'm going to do very easy some glue on the back side, a very small line over here, a little bit, not too much, a little bit of glue, and I'm going to place them on the top, because I'm start on the top and place them in the middle. I show it to you in a moment. Of course, I have to be sure that I have it in the middle, and this is already a 1. You see, this is already the U. Now I'm going to do the S and the A, and I'm going to do it on each side, but of course I'm going to do it a little bit faster. So I glued all the letters on top of our firecracker, and of course I'm going to give this now some rest to dry. We are going to go further with the bigger size. So for the bigger size we already have the square, the open square, and of course the closed square. What we're going to do, we are going to do very easy, do some glue on the inside of this frame, and very carefully go over it, and we go around here and around here. And we're going to place our square on top of here. Make sure that you have it in the middle. Of course, look on all sides that you have it in the middle, and give it some pressure. And of course, we're going to let this dry in, and now we're going to do the next step of the bigger size. For the bigger size, I would already say nutcracker, firecracker. I have 6 blocks, and I have again 6 blocks, and we're going to glue them together. So on the longest side, very easy, and number 2, and just roll them very easy together. And the number 6 is the closure up again. And we're going to do for the second set of 6. And now we're going to squeeze them. Make sure that you have them in a straight line. And this way we do here the same. Give them some pressure. And we're going to get 5 blocks. Very easy, 5. And again, 5. We're going to roll them also together, the same like we did with the 6 ones. So you get 2-sided of the 6, and you get 2-sided of the 5. And there we're going to make a little basket out of it, of box, just how you call it. And again, squeeze it and squeeze it. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. In the meantime, while these 4 pieces are drying, we're going to get 3 blocks, and we're going to do again 3 And we do here 3 and here 3, and we're going to glue also this longest side together and place them together, and this one and this one, and over here, and the last of 3, and do the same like you did earlier. Just squeeze them. I'm just sounding now sometimes like a racket. I really am sorry, but I'm just going to do my best just to tell it to you that you can easily make the same DIY if you want to make it, of course. But that's why I'm counting. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea to hear me counting again. It's not my cup of tea either. But if I want to explain it to you all, and for people who really want to make it, I'm going to do it this way, and it's not for nothing that we called step by step. So we're going to give this 4 pieces of 3 also some rest. So we placed our 4 pieces of 3 on the sides. We have here the 1 of 6, here the 1 of 6, and here the 5 and the 5. What we're going to do, we do some glue on this side of the 5, on this side of the 5, and we're going to place it straight up. We do here the same on this side and on this side, and we're going to place them straight up. We place this up, and we do this one against here. We do here the same, and we're going to place the 1 of 6, of course, over here. Now we're going to give it a little bit of pressure, not too much, and be sure that you have everything on the place you need. And now we're going to give it some, at least I think a 20 minutes rest to be sure that everything glues nicely together. So I made my little box, and now I'm going to get the 4 pieces of 3. I'm going to do some glue on the longest side, and we're going to make a square again, and we're going to place this on the outside. We do this one, but of course on the inside, and we could do this on the tops and on the inside. And we're going to, of course, I have to turn it upside down and this way, and now we have a nice cute little square. We give it a little bit of squeeze, not too much because it's not totally dry yet, and then all the blocks will break off. So be careful, but like I told you earlier, if it breaks, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. You can easily glue everything together again. So we're going to give this also some rest. So these 2 boxes will be on the bottom of our bigger size. Now we're going to get 3 blocks, but we do this 4 times. And again, another one, and another one, and the last also 3, and we're going to glue them together. This is 1. This is a lot of 3s in this bigger firecracker. Again, this one will be over here, and this one over here, and place them together. And the last, and this will be are not the last 3s we are going to make, because we're going to make a lot of 3s because we need a lot of boxes. So again, squeeze it, and we give it some couple of minutes rest. And you see already I am painting the bigger box, and the smaller box I'm going to paint in the blue color. And just take my time for it, because I want to be that it's very neatly, because it will be glued on the bottom. So I'm going to take my time for both of them in the blue color. So now we have our 4 pieces of 3, and we are going to make this 4 pieces in the red color, because then they can dry already. So we give them a nice coat of red. But you can, like I told you earlier, you can do any combination of colors you like. Maybe like a little bit more of the rusty color, a little bit more wax color. So do whatever you think it's fitting for your decor. So I'm going to take my time for it. I'm going to make this 4, and then we're going to do the next step. In the meantime, while our 4 pieces are drying, we are going to get 3. Here we go again with 3. And again another one of 3. And another set of 3. We have again We already have 5, number 6, and a 7, number 8, 9, and number 10, 11, and number 12. And then we have all the pieces of 3, and then we have enough 3s. So don't worry, we are just going to glue the sides again, the same like we did with the other one of 3, but don't worry, I will do it a little bit faster. And you see already on the table are 4 pieces of 3 we just made, and I'm going to make a nice square out of them again. I only do one with you, the rest you can do for yourself, because or else it is really boring to look at. Of course, I'm going to do this one on the outside, this one on the inside again, and this one will be the closure up on this side and on this side. And we're going to turn it over this way and place it in. And now you already have your square. Give it some pressure. And we're going to let this dry. And you see already we have our 3 little boxes, and we're going to paint them later in the blue color. But first we're going to let them dry a little bit better. I'm going to get my bottom, and I have here my bottom, and I have here my side frame. I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to do some glue on the underside. Very easy. On the inside, of course, because we don't want to drip it out. Not everything is totally dried up, I see, of my blue. This blue paint is drying so badly. I don't know what it is, but it is really bad. So I'm going to have to look for, if I have the 6, I have this way. I have to do it on the right side, because or else it doesn't fit. Of course, over here, and this one over here. And we do this one over here. And make sure that now you have this 2 sides are leaning over a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Just give it some pressure, because this side and this other side is doing really exactly the same. So this is the same measurement, only this 2 sides are a little bit overlaid, but it doesn't matter, because I like a little bit of change of structure. So I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So now I'm going to have the bigger one on top of here. I'm going to get the smaller one, turn it over, and of course also on the inside I'm going to do some glue. And I'm going to glue this one exactly in the middle of the bigger one. So very easy, just make sure that you have it in the middle. Look for it and give it a little bit of pressure. And this way. And we're going to let this dry also. So I showed you a little bit closer. So this is how it's looking like. Of course, I see already that I missed a little spot of the blue, but it's very easy. I'm just going to get my brush and I'm going to make sure that I have all the coloring. So I'm going to place this aside and let it dry. Now we're going to get our 3 little boxes and we're going to do them in the blue color, but I'm doing it a little bit faster. So my 4 little cubes are drying, and I'm going to take now my 4 red pieces. In one of the red pieces, of course, I'm going to make also a little hole for the twine of rope. So I'm going to go to my garage and I'm going to drill here a little hole in. So you see I have my little opening, and again I'm going to work my way into the little opening until here. I'm going to pull it through and I'm going to make a little knot over here, and I'm going to make sure that we're going to place it down, and we're going to do some glue over here, and we make sure that we glue it on top of here, and we give it a couple of seconds to dry in, and then we're going to cut off the ending. You see already one big mess on my table. I was thinking what I'm going to do on the sides of this firecracker. I'm going to do the word pop, but you can choose anything you like. I'm going to give the letters my creamy color Of course, I take my time for it and I'm not going to bore you with it. So you see it already when they are done. So if everything is correctly, I have everything ready to glue also the bigger size together. We have here the bottom, we glued in each other. What we're going to do some glue on the inside of this one. Over here, and over here. And of course, what we're going to do, we're going to place this one on top in the middle. And we're going to give it a little bit of pressure this way. And we get our smallest brush and we're going to wipe away, of course, the glue. We don't need. Very gently go around, turn it over and do it on this side. Wipe the glue away very gently. And we're going to let this dry. Of course, the next step will be we're going to get one of our little boxes we just painted in the black color or in the blue color, and we're going to do again also on this side some glue and on the inside, and we're going to place another one, of course, on top in the middle, and we're going to turn it and give it some pressure over here. And we're going to get our brush again, because you see already there's a little bit glue coming out. Wipe away, also over here, very gently, and we're going to place it over here. Now we get another box, and we get the one with the of course, like we say lonte, you call it vase or vase if I'm correctly. I'm going to glue this one again on the inside, very gently, over here and over here. And we're going to place the knot inside, and we're going to place this one on top and give it some pressure. Look for that we have it really in the middle, because you don't want to have it crooked. Just take your time for it. And again, get your brush and wipe away the glue which is coming out. As you already, now you already have one again. And we have one left over, of course, this one. And we do the same. Again, glue it on top, on the inside, and over here. And we place this one also on top of here. And we're going to let all of them dry in for at least a couple of minutes. So we gave them a couple of minutes. We're going to get one of the boxes like this. We're going to turn it over. We do some glue also on this side, on the inside, a little small line of glue, and we're going to place this one exactly in the middle, the same like we did with the other one. So we're going to place it down, make sure that we have it in the middle over here, and we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So we gave this one also a couple of minutes. We're going to turn it over again, and we're going to do some glue also on this one in the middle. Oh, and you see already we're going to place this one on top, and we're going to place this in the middle over here, and we're going to look for that we really have it in the middle. And we feel with our fingers, you can easily feel it because he has to be in the same length like the rest will be. So again, place it with your fingers, turn it over, and make sure that you have a straight line. So I'm going to let this dry in also. So now the last will be, of course, the top, and we're going to do some glue also on this side, on the inside. And we have to be sure that there is some glue on the sides. This one is a little bit more difficult because he will be also exactly in the middle. So we have to look for the straight line again. And we're going to let this dry in. Now I have everything glued, only we need the letter pop on top of here. Here will be the P, the O and the P again. So I'm going to take my time for it and glue them on top of here. In a moment, you see the quick impression how he really turned out. And you see finally a quick impression of my tumbling tile blocks 4th of July firecrackers. I had so much fun making those 2 little firecrackers. Of course, the bigger one we also made into a little bit of a planter. So you have a planter firecracker. So I hope you give both of them a try. And if you're only here to watch, I hope you had fun watching again. For everyone who is new here and you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. For more DIYs, come on over to my description box. There you find the link for our DIY channels. Enough talking. I wish you all an amazing day and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.